Hello, everybody, and welcome to Storm Reads. And it's time for my October wrap up. And so, like I said, today I'm going to be talking about my October wrap up, and I'm going to try to do this really quickly, just kind of show you what I read, give you like the quick rundown of I liked it or I didn't like it, and let it go at that. I don't want this to be like a very long wrap up. And I have a tendency to ramble when trying to tell you what I thought of the book. So we're just going to try to keep it to a minimum of words. We'll see how that goes. So in the month of October, I read 23 books. I participated not only in my own readathon, but in Journey Through the Bible readathon. So for Halloween, I read 14 middle grade books. I've put my Halloween bingo board on here, but as you can see, it doesn't have anything on it because I really didn't track very well. I started off trying to with like a little pumpkin, and then I was like, well, I don't even know what books went with what or whatever. But I do know that I did make a bingo going down the middle with Scary Moon, Shadow, Fog, and Spoopy. I'm pretty sure I got some other bingos and everything. And I don't necessarily think I filled out the whole board because like I don't think I had a cat on any of mine or in any. I did have one book that had a cat featured in it, but I ended up DNFing it for now because I just wasn't interested in it. So there was that. But anyway, the prompts are for everybody else. I know some people really like prompts, so I do the prompts for them. I just necessarily don't really care for prompts. And so I try my best not to do any prompts. And so, Journey Through the Bible, I read 5. There were several prompts in each section. I think you could do as many as you want, or you could pick one from each section. I picked one from each section. Because I had to do the prompts there, that was stressful enough without doing my own prompts for my own readathon. And so when I get to there, you will see the books that I read for that readathon, but not necessarily the prompts that they went with because I don't remember what they were. And so let's just get into the books. So I'm going to start off with my own readathon. So these are the books that I read for Halloween. And so we have What Fell from the Sky by Adriana Cuvaz. And this was just okay. It's not my favorite of this author. I've read a couple of her other books that I enjoyed a lot more. We have The Gathering by Dan Pablaki. This is the first book in the Shadow House, and I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. It's definitely spooky. When it comes to middle grade, the spookier the cover, you can guess that the spookier the inside of the book is going to be. And so then we have another by Paul Tremblay. This one just fell a little flat for me. It was okay. I got a little confused, and so it kind of lessened the enjoyment, I think. Then we have Give Me Something Good to Eat by D.W. Gillespie, and I liked this one. It was very entertaining. Phantom Academy by Kristen Vernig. Not a fan. It was super boring. I ended up skimming probably about 20 or so percent of it. I am counting it because I think I read most of it, even though I skimmed through a good bit of it. It was very disappointing. It was so slow. The characters just weren't nothing, and I just didn't care. But the one thing I wanted to know about, it doesn't even tell me. So, anyway, next off is Finders Keepers by Jeff Strand. I liked this one, but I find it to be very dark for middle grade. So just know the level of spooky that your kids can handle. I definitely don't think I would give this to an 8-year-old, but maybe somebody who was 12 or 13. But yeah, it just sometimes I feel like middle grade horror is just getting a little too spooky and dark. Then I have Hurricane Heist by James Ponti, which is the second book in the Sherlock Society. And I love a good middle grade mystery, and so this one was very good. Then I had a couple of Goosebump books, which were decent. they're not my favorites by any means in the Goosebumps that I've read so far. I had The Werewolf of Fever Swamp, and then You Can't Scare Me, and I liked this one, but I didn't care for the ending too much. And in The Werewolf of Fever Swamp, I kind of already knew how it was going to end because of something I had read previously. I had read a graphic novel of three of the like monster creatures from Goosebumps, and this was one of the stories, and so I kind of already knew where it was headed. So that kind of ruined a few things, but other than that, they were pretty decent. Then I have The Dire Deeds of Dr. Gargo by Steve Billing. And this is the second book in the Mummy Man and Waffle series. This one is spoopy if you like monster books and things like that, like with, you know, like there's a mummy, there's a mad scientist, there's some evil weasels called the Measle Weasels, and everything like that. You know, it's just fun. If you like that kind of thing, then this is the book for you because it's not scary, but you still get like monsters and things like that. And then I have Little Nobody by Corey Merritt. This was the third book in the No Place for Monsters series. I don't know if the series is complete or not. It kind of left it to where I thought there could be another one, but this was from 2024. So it stays on my series list for at least a couple of years, and if there's never another one made, then I will move it to my finished list. So currently it's on my caught up list, and it's not my favorite in the series. It was okay. I did like the illustration choices for the book. Then I had A Box Full of Murder by Janice Hallett, and this is the first book in A Box Full of Murder. And if anybody's ever read Janice Hallett, you know she does like a mixed media type thing, and she kind of does like where you are reading these things trying to figure out who was murdered, and then you have to read everything to try to figure out who was the one doing the murdering. And her adult books are like that, and this middle grade was the same way, except for because it was middle grade, I feel like the author was trying to give some help to middle graders to find it with like progress reports and things like that. So it was cute. My Teacher is an Alien by Bruce Coville. This is the first book in the My Teacher is an Alien series. This is another kind of spoopy, fun one that, you know, it involved the substitute teacher being a alien, and yeah, it was kind of fun and quirky, and I liked it. Ride or Die by Delilah S. Dawson. Probably as creepy as the cover looks. It's an amusement park haunting story, so if you like that kind of thing, you would probably enjoy it. And that's all the middle grade books. So next up, I have my buddy read selection, and so you can see that I had 5 buddy reads last month. The first one was The Other Sister by Jessica R. Patch. I read this with Michelle. It was a lot of fun. It's a Christian psychological thriller. Don't let the Christian part put you off. Basically, it just means that it was a psychological thriller that was clean, no foul language or anything like that. And I'm very hit or miss with thrillers, so the fact that I actually did like this one kind of says a lot, at least to me, because I don't find thrillers to be very thrilling. So if I can find one that I feel like is entertaining and not boring, then I'm doing good. Then there's the 2 books for the Jantz Buddy Read group, and so we had Without Due Process by J.A. Jantz, which is the 10th book in the Beaumont series, and then I have Skeleton Canyon by J.A. Jantz, which was the 5th book in the Brady series. This is my least favorite Brady book so far. So far, Beaumont is always going to be my favorite. I think he is so lovable. He's grumpy, lovable, squashy little teddy bear, and I love him. Joanna Brady to me does things sometimes that reminds me that she's never had any law enforcement experience trying to be a law enforcer. Then I read Watcher by Dean Koontz with my friend Barb, and this was a lot different than I thought it was going to be. And I thought it was good, but I do believe that if I was actually reading this chunky book with my eyeballs and not listening to it, I would have found it to be a little bit more dry and boring. But because I was listening to it, it kept me going in it and made it a little bit more faster paced than it would have been if I was reading it with my eyes. And it was just totally different than what I thought it was going to be. But I still liked it. Just not a creature feature that I was expecting or hoping. Then there's Cold Days by Jim Butcher that I read with my friend Barb and Amy. And so this is the 14th book in the Dresden File series, and it's very good. The next section I have is the Journey Through the Bible Readathon. So here are the 5 books that I read for that. Like I said, I don't remember what the prompts were, but I do know that each one of these fit a prompt that was there. I tried to do mostly Christian fiction, but the one that I had for one of the prompts, I just wasn't in the mood for when the time came for it, so I just put one of the books that I had already read there. And so we have Other Sister by Jessica R. Patch, which I already mentioned that it was really good. Then The Rise and Fall of Miss Franny's Biscuits by Wanda E. Brunstetter. This one was okay. It's a cozy mystery without a murder mystery in it, which is fine, but maybe just not my kind of cozy mystery. I do think that there will be some people out there that will enjoy it, and if they've read this author before, they might enjoy it. Then I have Obsession by Patricia Bradley, which was good. I like this series so far. It's the second book in the Nash Check Trace Park Ranger series. Pat myself on the back for getting to number 2 already, since I just read number 1, I think, in maybe September. It was August or September, I can't remember. And so, yeah, it's a good Christian romantic suspense. Then there's The Premonition of Wither's Farm by Jamie Jo Wright. And this is a good one for this time of the year because it's very kind of atmospheric and it kind of has that spooky kind of tendency to it. The one thing is that it always makes you think that there's going to be something paranormal or supernatural, but that is never the case with what is actually going on. It just really makes it feel very spooky and atmospheric and everything. And then at the end, you find out what the real cause was or whatever. I just wish the author could use more than the thing that she normally uses, at least so far that I've noticed in the books that I've read by her, to give it that reason instead of that one thing over and over again, because that gets a little old, I think. But other than that, I really enjoyed it, and if you like a dual timeline, give it a try. Then I have the Hurricane Heist by James Ponti here. I do know that the prompt for that one, I needed a mode of transportation on the cover, and so they're on bicycles, so I feel like it fits that one. Then I have a couple of books here that didn't fit any of the reading prompts or was a buddy read, and so we have Death on the Scottish Train by Lucy Connolly, and this is the latest book in the Scottish Isle series, and it's a very good series. I absolutely love this one. One of the 5 stars I gave out this in the month of October, and I highly recommend it if you like cozies and you like the Scottish setting. And the first one, American in Scotland, I don't give 5 stars to a lot of first in series cozy mysteries, and I gave 5 stars to that one. I really, really liked it. So that says something about this series, at least I think, that it's very good. And then have Trespassers by Paul Dwarin. This is the second book in the Mike Bowditch series, which again, pat myself on the back for getting to number 2 already, since I just recently read book 1. And I think these kind of mysteries are what I'm a little bit more in the in the mood for than cozy mysteries, because I've been kind of hit or miss with a lot of the cozies that I've been reading lately. I noticed this year that I'm not having a good time with them. Now, if it's a series that I'm well invested in and I really, really like the characters and things like that, I still have a good time with them. But if it's a new series, I'm trying just to not start any new series or anything like that, because I do feel like they're not hitting the mark. But more of these just straight up mysteries are really what's kind of hitting the mark these days. And I was really wanting to get into another one, and so I did. And so, yeah, I liked it. So, there's all the books that I read in the month of October. What I'd like to know from you is, did you have a great book that you would like to recommend that you read in October? Put it down in the comments. Did you have a flop? Because, I had a few flops. Did you have one? Let me know what they were down in the comments, and maybe I can think twice about reading them. Anyway, comment down below with, I don't know, maybe a spooky emoji if you were here and you don't have anything to say. That way I know that you were here, and it does help the algorithm and everything like that. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!